Greetings. Today, I would love to share with you all my Ramones collection. Everybody knows who the Ramones are, one of the most popular punk bands ever to grace the face of planet Earth. And I've been a Ramones fan all my life, and I don't know anybody who doesn't like the Ramones, but I've never been like a completist collector. I've never been somebody that has to go out and buy every album, or I just have never been somebody who searches actively for Ramones for whatever reason. But I realized recently that over the decades, I've acquired a pretty cool Ramones collection. So let's get started. I've got a few pinback buttons I want to show you. This one here is a Rocket to Russia promo badge pinback that was sent out by the record label back in the day. And as you can see here, very vintage. The patina on the back there is really nice. This is like a really large badge, like 2.5 inches, 3 inches wide, I would say. Pretty cool. And another vintage Ramones pinback that I have is this cool Tour 1980 badge here with that classic graphic on the front. And look at this. The only other Ramones pinback I have is this Road to Ruin square LP style badge pin. I love this thing. And again, there's that classic graphic. And speaking of that classic graphic, this that I'm getting ready to show you is probably one of my most prized possessions as far as my Ramones collection goes, but it's the only 8-track I have of theirs. And it's Road to Ruin on this beautiful blue plastic shell 8-track. Look at the condition of this, just amazing. I got this at a flea market in Raleigh, North Carolina, probably 10 or 15 years ago for $1. And when I got home that day, it felt like I won the damn lottery. Can you relate? I mean, look at that, how pretty that is. Very cool, very hard to find. Oh, and by the way, before we get on to the next part of the video, I'm not wearing a Ramones shirt because I realized I don't even have one. What? Doesn't everybody own a damn Ramones shirt, even people who don't know who the band is? But in any case, I wore Dickies because the Ramones were huge fans of the Dickies, and I'll prove that to you a little later in this video. But right now, let's get into the other aspects of the collection, the cassettes, the CDs, and more importantly, the vinyl. All right, now we're getting into the cassette collection. This is Road to Ruin. Pretty cool condition there, it looks like. It's got a little drill hole in the cover. Not sure what that means, but no UPC code on this one. And here's one of my favorite Ramones albums, Subterranean Jungle. Love this one. No UPC on that one either. I have another one of these too. I'm not sure of the difference. I'm not sure of the difference here. But yeah, one of my favorite albums by the Ramones. I guess these are the same. Moving right along, we have End of the Century on cassette. Very cool, very nice condition. And Pleasant Dreams. And now this is a weird import, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, look at that paper label. Look at that. Where would this be made? I can't tell what language that is there. Maybe Spain? Maybe Italy? Let's see. Focus, 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 focus. Yeah, I can't tell what country this is made in, but it certainly is an import with a cool paper label. I love those paper label import cassettes. Oh, Lato 1, Lato 2. It's got to be Spain. Here's Too Tough to Die, but bummer time. There's no cassette in it. I just got the cover. Can't remember. Maybe I found this at a thrift store or something, and they probably just gave it to me because there was no cassette in it, but that's a real bummer that there's no tape in that. Animal Boy on cassette. Not an easy one to find, but in great condition. And then I got Ramones Mania, a later kind of a greatest hits comp. Great condition there. Also have Rock and Roll High School, of course, that has the Ramones on it. Soundtrack. And then I have these two live cassettes. Here's the Ramones live at the Roxy in LA, 1976 bootleg. And then I have this tape a friend of mine gave me, Live 82 at my father's place, Long Island, New York. I don't remember what these sound like. It's been a long time since I've heard them, but that is my Ramones cassette collection. Okay, now before we get into the CDs, I gotta just say my CD collection for the Ramones is ultra lame. Ultra lame, okay? I only have 3. Okay, I have the Hey Ho, Let's Go Greatest Hits. Probably found this at a thrift store at some point. I have this, All the Stuff and More compilation. Another kind of greatest hits thing, you know. Great picture, though. And then I have Adios Amigos on CD. This is the only format I have this record in. That's this album. And that's it. Now, I do have another CD that is Ramones related I want to show you. I was mentioning earlier the reason I was wearing the Dickies t-shirt, and it's because of this fact here. Look at this quote by Joey Ramone. This is on a Dickies promo single for their song Dummy Up, which is on a Dickies album called Second Coming. Joey says, I love the Dickies. They're a great effing band. They're the only band other than the Ramones who have a real sense of humor. Joey Ramone. So that's why I wore a Dickies shirt in this video. All right, everybody, this is going to be my 12-inch vinyl Ramones collection that I'm going to show you right now. So let's get going. Ramones debut album, first pressing. Now it has a little industry cut corner here, but first pressing. And as I understand it, the way you can tell a first pressing is that, first of all, has this great inner sleeve, right? But more importantly, if you look at side one on the label, you will notice that Blitzkrieg is spelled wrong, and also Beat on the Brat is typed here as Beat is on the Brat. So that's, to my knowledge, how you can tell first pressing of the first Ramones album. Now here is another first pressing of the album that I picked up because it doesn't have the cut corner. It's got a little bit of wear to it, a little bit of staining here, and somebody's initials written on it. But still, great to have the mispressed label version without the cut corner. Great cover, man. One of the best covers ever. Now this is the pressing that they fixed the song titles on the label. Obviously, it looks basically the same as the other cover. It's got the same inner sleeve, as you can see here. But on the actual vinyl itself, you will see that the songs are typed correctly. Blitzkrieg is spelled right, and Beat on the Brat is typed right. So that's the difference there. That's the difference there. Now here's a cool album, Leave Home. Great cover. This is the pressing, I believe first pressing, that has the song Carbona Not Glue on it, which was removed from future pressings, as I understand it. Has a little industry cut mark there, saw mark, but great shape, man. Great cover photo, no ring wear or anything. Pretty cool. Now here's the reissue of the record that has a hype circle here printed on the album that advertises Sheena as a punk rocker. But the difference is that Carbona Not Glue is not on this version of the record. Now this is my most prized Ramones vinyl right here. This is an actual test pressing of Rocket to Russia. As you can see there, this is super duper valuable. I think I've seen it going for $500 on Discogs. And the way I got this, it's a pretty interesting story. Maybe 10 or 12 years ago, maybe even longer, I had a friend that worked at a used bookstore here in Raleigh, North Carolina. They also sold records. And one day he called me and said they got a huge Ramones collection from somebody who used to work for the band or run their fan club or something. So I went over there and they said, look, if you just take all these Ramones records and sell them for what they're worth, give us a portion of it, you can keep a portion of the money, and you can also take 2 or 3 records out of the stack and keep them for yourself. So this is one of the records I kept for myself. Beautiful test pressing of that record. I love test pressings. I love the just plainness of them, and I don't know what's so sexy about these, but certainly my prized possession of my Ramones collection right there. And here's the actual album, Rocket to Russia. And, oh, look, it's signed, right? I got this signed by Johnny and Joey in 1991. And Joey usually always writes the date after his signature. And I know that it's hard to see, but there's the J, and it says Joey Ramone, 1991. I think the Sharpie may have been dying or gotten wet or something. I don't know, but it's a really hard autograph to see, unfortunately. But that is Joey's autograph. I met him face-to-face back then. They were at a record store called Record Exchange doing a signing, and there it is, beautiful pressing. This is usually framed in my house, but I did take it out of the frame to show you guys autographed Ramones. Pretty cool. Now, this is another one I got from the bookstore lot that I sold for them. I pulled this one out. It's a 12-inch single, Don't Come Close, B-side, I Don't Want You. And it's on beautiful red vinyl, special limited edition, as the label says there. And yeah, I hadn't seen, many punk rock 12-inch singles. So when I saw this in the collection, I thought, yeah, I'm going to take that one for myself because it's just too cool. The cover's great and very nice addition to the collection here. Now, this is my favorite Ramones record ever. Probably the first Ramones album I ever bought when I was a kid. It's Alive. Great live record. I mean, when it comes to live records of rock bands, this is up there as one of the best, in my opinion. And I like some live rock band records. But, man, look, the gatefold is just such a moment in time here with these guys rocking out. And love this record, my favorite. And here's the, what is this, some kind of import pressing of It's Alive. Let's see, it says here, made in Great Britain. It also says Germany, France up here, and it says manufactured in Germany down here. So I'm not sure if this can be considered a UK pressing, a European pressing, a German pressing. I don't know, but I have it. It's in great condition, and I love that damn record. Here's the Ramones End of the Century album in great shape. I don't know exactly what pressing this is, but looks to be, certainly an early one. And I have another version of this album. It's a really cool import. And look at that sticker, $2.99. Can you believe that? It's a really cool import, still in the shrink. And as you can see here, without the glare, right there, you can tell that it is made in another country. Now, God, if I could read that text there, maybe you guys can read it in the video. But yeah, so I'm guessing this is like Spain, maybe Italy pressing. Very cool, though. I remember when this came out, and Rock and Roll Radio was on a K-Tel compilation that I got when I was a kid. That was probably, it might have been the first Ramones song I ever heard because it was on that K-Tel comp. Here's a later Ramones album, Too Tough to Die. I think I got this really cheap at a record store back in the 90s and just had to get it because it was Ramones and it was so affordable. Some of these songs are just really great. Mama's Boy, Too Tough to Die, Warthog. I wasn't sure what to think about this when it came out because it wasn't the Ramones that I remembered from the old days, but it sure is a great record. I like it. And this is a great record as well. I didn't think I would like it. It's Animal Boy, another later release by the band. And, man, I just love Somebody Put Something in My Drink. I love the song Animal Boy. It's just my brain is hanging upside down. Great stuff. Pretty cool album cover here. A little backstage action looks like here. Band-Aids and fruits and vegetables there backstage for the band. And there's a monkey. Now, this is another one that I got from that collection that I helped the record store sell. This is Live Ramones, 1976. It's, I believe it's a radio broadcast, Rock Around the World radio broadcast featuring the Ramones, Beat from the Street, air date September 1976. And some weird letter that was in it or something. Yes, there was some notes that somebody wrote on it. I don't know why that's in there, but I didn't want to take it out of there and throw it away because it belongs with this record somehow. But here's the label. Pretty cool. And it's a great recording. I had this burned to a CDR so I can actually listen to it more often. And it's a great little show. Really early Ramones era, which, is always really cool. So this is another prized possession in my collection. I don't even think this is worth a whole lot, but it's just so cool to have radio stations, stuff like that. Now, check this out. This is not really Ramones, but I put it in my Ramones collection. It's Dee Dee Ramone's solo rap record, Standing in the Spotlight. Now, this is one of the most bizarre records to ever hit planet Earth. I mean, this is just weird. I wish I could have met him. I don't think I've ever met him before. I only met Johnny and Joey over the years, but this is spectacular. And to finalize this little vinyl section here, I got to say, the only Ramones 7-inch I kind of have is this one. And it's not like I even own it because this is just the sleeve. That's all it is. And I don't even own any real Ramones singles. This is it, just the sleeve, which is kind of sad. I swore I thought I had at least a couple Ramones 7-inches, but this is it. So there's the Ramones vinyl for you. So thanks everybody for watching this video showcasing my Ramones collection. I appreciate all the likes on the videos, the subscriptions to my channel, the comments on the video. All that stuff really helps my channel out. Thank you very much. And may the rock and roll gods bless you as they've blessed me. We'll see you next time.